Happy New Year, happy 2025. And for me, it's especially happy because I get to sink my teeth into the 2024 sales results. They've all been tallied up at this point. This video is going to focus on Lexus. I'm going to do another video on Toyota, Mazda, pretty much most of the manufacturers. So if you guys enjoy, like, what are the brands up to in terms of sales? Are they healthy? Are they shrinking? Are they growing? What vehicles are doing well for them, which are not, etc. If you guys enjoy that, make sure you are subscribed, smash that like button. And Lexus just broke their all-time sales record in 2024. The company's been around since 1989, and they just smashed their previous record, which was in 2015. It's not like they barely outsold 2015, but the real moral of the story, and I'm just going to recap this quick, but the dealers are only spending about $1,000, or should I say Lexus is only spending about $1,000 on incentives. The average incentive across the industry is more like triple that, all right? So they're not having to spend any money on incentives. The average transaction price between now and 2015, the previous record year, is about a $14,000 increase. So one, they're not incentivizing, or the OEM Lexus is not incentivizing their vehicles hardly at all to sell them. Two, the dealerships are making far more money, but the demand is so high that they only have a 5-day supply. A 5-day supply means there are no cars on the lot, essentially. It comes in, the car is already pre-sold. The dealers don't have to pay for any showroom real estate, all right? Because the car doesn't spend any time at the dealership. It's in and out, in and out. So Lexus is undoubtedly the healthiest luxury brand in America. Now, they might not beat BMW this year for total sales, but they might beat BMW for retail sales. And it's just absurd how healthy of a luxury brand Lexus is stateside. All right, so we're going to go back into the official press release. Lexus smashing it this year. Best ever full year sales in its history as a brand. And it probably is globally as well. All right, I wouldn't be surprised. Lexus still keeps growing in Europe. Lexus, it's down in China. All right, so maybe since they're down in China, maybe they don't have a global sales record. We're going to go straight into the Lexus division here. Again, Toyota will be a different video just because I don't want to sit down and record for about an hour and a half straight for all manufacturers. I'll lose my voice, I'll lose focus, and here we go. Let's just focus on Lexus. 2024 electrified vehicle sales of 123,000, of course, is an all-time best ever. It's up about 34%, representing a 35.5% of total sales volume. That will keep increasing. The UX is fully hybrid. The NX, the RX hybrid sales keep getting more and more every single year. The GX is getting a hybrid. The LX just got a hybrid. So hybridization keeps ticking up. And of course, Lexus will keep revealing, in theory, fully battery electric, but their full battery electric platform, their next gen platform, has been delayed till 2027. Which is going to have crazy range, fast charging, gigacasting, next-gen software. It's just going to be a complete alien spaceship compared to what the RZ is in comparison. RX projected to be the top-selling mid-size luxury SUV for the 26th consecutive year. Watch my most recent walk-around and driving impressions on the RX 500h. It's very expensive. It's fine. It's just, I don't think it's worth the money, the RX 500h. I'm a big fan of the RX 350h and the RX plug-in hybrid. All right. Also, I wanted to go back to I just reminded myself, the hybrids are also printing more money for the dealers. The hybrids are selling super fast with less incentives compared to the non-hybrid Lexus models. So just also keep that in mind. I could spend an hour just on this article, putting in my 2 cents as a former Lexus master sales consultant. Year-end sales, total electrified, we already said that. LUVs, what's an LUV? Well, Lexus made up this term. It's a luxury utility vehicle. So their crossovers, their SUVs are up 10%. RC up 5.8%. The RC, the only reason this vehicle's still around, and like the GS is not, rest in peace GS, RC is the main vehicle for Lexus racing still, until the LFR comes out, their flagship performance coupe. All right, that should be at least debuting in 2025, hopefully available. Gosh, I don't want to get my hopes up for it. Anyways, ES, the good old ES, up 10.3%. Despite the new Camry coming out with a new hybrid system, the ES still has an old hybrid system. The ES is crushing it. And the hybrid on the ES, which is, I mean, the V6 and the hybrid are both good. It's just that the hybrid Camry now is a possibly even smoother powertrain experience. All right. And it's more powerful. And you get all-wheel drive. We just need the ES. ES can stay essentially the same, in my opinion. They just need to put in the all-wheel drive and the 5th-gen hybrid system and just not touch the vehicle. The ES is so good. It's pretty much perfect the way it is. Just keep updating the hybrid technology in it. RZ up 80%. I'm sure Lexus is losing money on it. Watch my recent driving impressions on the front-wheel drive. It's a really good city car. It is the smoothest and possibly quietest Lexus in the lineup. But it has its downfalls. It charges slowly. The software is not very good on it. Technology is not up to par against a lot of other EVs. But if you can get a good lease deal on it, it's definitely worth considering if you don't plan on taking trips more than 150 miles. All right. NX Hybrid up 26%. Plug-in Hybrid up 20%. That will change. I'll explain that here in a little bit. RX up 4%. RX Hybrid up 30%. That includes the 350h and 500h because the plug-in hybrid is up 550%. Why is it up so much? Well, the plug-in hybrid RX was only on sale at the tail end of 2023. TX finally on sale back again. And I think it went back on sale in October in limited volumes after the stop sale and recall after the airbag mishap. All right. But yeah, huge volume there compared to last year. But if we refer back to this article, they do mention that the TX only sold a fraction of what it was supposed to. They were expecting the TX to be the third highest volume vehicle for the year, but because of the stop sale, they only achieved a little bit better than half the plan. All right. So with the TX on sale for the full year next year, how are they not going to beat BMW for the crown? All right, so let's pull up the individual car sales here for Lexus and Toyota. Again, stay tuned for the Toyota. I'll break that down in another video, probably coming out today. I'm just going to try to rattle off these end-of-year sales breakdowns one by one. IS. Oh, man, the IS has been tough. IS had a real tough year. All right. Now, if we look this left column on the left, I should probably get my highlighter out. Let me know if that helps. Should we get a different color? Should we do like highlighter green? Let me know if you guys prefer the green. Green seems a little bit happier than the orange. Anyways, I like both colors. So let's keep moving. IS down 30% on the month of December on a volume. Now DSR. So there's one more. I think there's like 26 selling days in 2023 December, and there's only 25 selling days in 2024 December. So that's why the DSR is going to be down for most vehicles. All right. If we look at the IS, not doing hot. Why is it down so much? I'm not sure. It's just had a real crummy year, down 16%. I know sedans aren't doing well, but the IS is very long in the tooth. Even though it's a gorgeous vehicle, the interior is getting really dated. Still has a CD player in there, I believe. I mean, we've been teased with next-gen ISs from rumors in Japan, but also from Lexus himself when they teased in 2021 their next-gen IS. I think the IS is supposed to possibly be replaced by the LFZC, the fully battery electric gigacasted vehicle coming in 2027. In the meantime, the IS is probably just going to limp along. Now, the IS has also been rumored to keep the V8, but the V6 and also the 2-liter turbo on the rear-wheel drive models, the 9 V8 models could be discontinued. So V6 and rear-wheel drive 4-cylinder turbo. What would they replace it with? Well, there's talks of a hybrid system replacing it. I just don't know. Now, there are hybrid ISs in other markets, and there has been for a long time, maybe a decade at this point. We've never got them stateside. I just don't know. I don't think Lexus knows for sure what the future is for the IS battery electric hybrid. I don't know. And it's too bad because IS says I have a soft spot, well, pretty much for every Lexus vehicle, but really the IS. All right. Let's move on to RC. The RC should be dead in the water, but it's carried on because of its racing pedigree. And it actually had an okay year, up about 6%. ES. This vehicle launched with Lexus. The ES is also rumored to get a next generation built in Japan. They're going to stop production in the Kentucky plant in seemingly August, is what I'm hearing. And I hear the next gen ES is supposed to be a little bit bigger. They can do that because they still have the IS in the lineup, right? But the word is that it could make the LS go out of business. The LS losing a place in the lineup is just, it's tough. It's pretty much irrelevant. I mean, look, they only sold 158 LSs in December. They only sold 2,100 LSs for the whole year. The LS just, it's no longer a market for large luxury sedans when the ES is plenty big enough and the ES offers plenty of luxury for a better price. And so it's just the LS and the large luxury, even the S-Class is struggling. All the BMW, I'm pretty sure they're all down with their large full-size sedans, all right? Most other manufacturers have killed off their biggest sedans, and Lexus, largely because the brand launched with it, and I think it's probably a sacred vehicle to Akio Toyota and other CEOs within Toyota and Lexus. The LS is still around. And there's been talks of them converting it to a full electric, but that's never materialized. So the LS is kind of on life support. The LC is on life support. Probably mainly due to emissions regulations. It's been canceled in many parts of the world. Seeing the sales down on it so much in the month of December is really strange. I don't know if it's because they're still making improvements to it. If you missed my video, the LC just got some underfloor bracing for 2025, which might have been a mid-model year change. And so that could be the reason why the availability of this vehicle is down. But this is the best Lexus. If you don't need a huge SUV with tons of cargo capacity, and if you don't need to carry a lot of people around, the LC is the best vehicle Lexus has ever made probably outside of the LFA. Now, the original LS 400 and LS 430s right up there with it, but the LC is currently by far the best Lexus in the lineup. It was my best vehicle of 2024. All right. So it just hurts me to see the sales volume down so much, but I don't know if there's a supply chain issue or a production issue going on with that vehicle. So Lexus cars, they're about neutral for the year, largely due to the success of the ES. Everything else is down besides the RC. The RC is just such low volume, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the ES, it's fantastic. And it just needs some updates. Remember, there are trademarks for fully electric ES. It's ES 350E, ES 500E. Those could be just for the Chinese market. I don't know. I don't know what Lexus plans on doing with much of their lineup. And I think they're still trying to figure out where the market's going. And things are going to change radically here in the United States as well. Now, another update for Lexus. I know I'm all over the place. I have so much information just going through my head about Lexus. In China, Lexus is opening up a new production facility, and it'll just be serving, in theory, they'll just be serving the Chinese market. So they'll have a whole different lineup of Lexus models in China because the market is so much different there than the rest of the world. All right, the rest of the world still wants hybrids, V8s, all that stuff, but the Chinese market moves at light speed, and they can't afford to have traditional OEM speed serving the Chinese market. They need to be in the thick of it. So for better or for worse, Lexus is opening up shop in China and will be building electric vehicles there by themselves. It's not going to be a joint venture, so that's also kind of a novel thing. Only Tesla's the only one been able to do that I'm aware of for a non-Chinese automaker to not do a joint venture. Anyways, let's move on to Lexus crossovers. I think we said that Lexus crossovers were up 10% for 2024. The UX was down. UX had a rough year. Doesn't surprise me. The UX is not a good buy. It's too expensive. It's too small. It's too compromised. And if you want to get it well equipped, you might as well just buy an NX. The NX isn't that much bigger lengthwise, but it has so much more space on the inside for the passengers and for cargo. and it's just a better vehicle, better powertrains, better luxury, just slightly, I would say. But it's just a better buy, the NX over the UX. I haven't been able to recommend really the UX for most people. If you're only driving city and if you hardly ever put anything in the back, it's just it's a flawed vehicle, unfortunately, for the United States market. I wish if they're going that small and that compromised, just bring in the LBX. It's a better executed vehicle. And honestly, it's the best-selling vehicle in Europe. I know European market's different. They prefer smaller cars. But why can't we get it available here? I want more Lexus models available to us, like the UX, like the LBX, like the Lexus LM minivan. There's no luxury minivan in the United States. The NX had pretty much a flatline year, and not that great of a December. So kind of strange there. RZ had a terrible December, down 61%. It was up 80% on the year. This could be, guys, Lexus reevaluating the EV situation, really reducing volume. Maybe they have enough volume of plug-in hybrids or hybrids to avoid some fines in the carb states. It's hard to say, but the RZ being so low for the month of December is interesting. Maybe they ran out of overstock on it and they're just going to keep it at a low volume. It's hard to say, but the RZ, there are other electric vehicles out there I'd rather have. But like I said, it is so smooth, so quiet, so easy and fun to drive actually in town as well. It's just, I wouldn't want to take it very long on the highway. All right, RX, the cash cow, the best-selling midsize crossover. What do they say, for 26 years in the luxury market? Just absurd. Now, the RX has gotten enormous. It's not stopped people from buying it. I much prefer the NX's size. That's just me. But the RX is still printing money. It's their cash cow. Their hybrids are up huge. And we'll get into some hybrid stuff down here in a little bit. But the RX, still the moneymaker, just crushing records. TX, we already talked about the vehicle. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse. But guys, they are supposed to be selling double. This should be at about 50,000 sales. And if you add, so we were at 345 sales, 45,000. If we add additional, let's say 25,000 units from the TX, that's 370,000 units. That's kind of what I'm expecting for sales next year. And they can absolutely derail and blow by anyone else in the luxury segment, including BMW. It's possible. Time will tell, though. So let's get back to the chart. The GX. Well, the GX, Toyota and Lexus have had a real rough time getting volume out for this vehicle. Production snags, port snags as well for the GX and the Land Cruiser. So they're not selling this at the clip that they would like to. So hey, if they're able to 35,000 sales, let's just add another 5. Right now we're at 375,000 vehicles because the GX is finally running at a better production rate and a better availability rate. Then yeah, Lexus just has so many areas of improvement here for their crossover sales and their sedan sales. It's just, I don't know. A new IS would help. A new ES would help, even though the ES is selling greatly. A new LS wouldn't help them. And a new luxury coupe wouldn't help them. That it's a niche vehicle. And a new more affordable coupe, a more updated RC could help. And Lexus is supposed to be working on a replacement for the RC and the LC, not called the LFR, something more affordable. But Lexus still has a lot of money left on the table due to the lack of TX full production, the lack of GX full production, and a lack of clarity of where the market's going with hybrids and electrification, and just having old products on there and inadequate products as well outside of the ES and the sedan and coupe market. LC is great. Again, it's just a low volume vehicle. It's not going to help the brand that much. It helps with brand image though. Oh, love the LC. So let's get into some Lexus hybrid talk. ES hybrid, even on the old front wheel drive only 4th gen system, it still gets about 45 miles per gallon. It's great. It's a really good hybrid. Up 45% on the year. The UX hybrid. Well, the UX is fully hybrid now for the past couple of years, but It's not doing that great as a whole because the UX is not doing that great. NX hybrid, it was down for the month of December, but overall on the year, I should say, up 26%. NX plug-in hybrid. This is where things are going to change massively in the next couple of years for Toyota and Lexus plug-in hybrids. The NX here and the RX plug-in hybrids, they're only made in Japan for now. Lexus/Toyota has a new battery plant coming online in North Carolina in 2025. And it should be able to produce plug-in hybrid battery packs, no problem, for the plug-in hybrids stateside. And so we won't be production and supply limited from Japan like we currently are on the RAV4 Prime, the Prius. Well, we don't make the Prius stateside, so that doesn't matter. The NX plug-in hybrid, the RX plug-in hybrid, and the TX plug-in hybrid. The plug-in hybrid game is going to get elevated to a whole new level starting, I should say, at the end of this year, end of 2025. So I'm excited to see where this goes. The sky's the limit. And if we look at year over year here, the NX plug-in hybrid is getting fairly close to the RZ. All right, last year they were about deadlocked in sales, but they both increased in 2024 model year. So we look at the RX hybrid, up about 50% on the month of December, up about 30% on the year. The RX hybrid is like all the Lexus hybrids. That's the strength of Lexus in the luxury segment. These are hybrids, they're plug-in hybrids. And the RX plug-in hybrid, they sold 4,200 plus units, all right, to complement the NX plug-in hybrids. Now the TX plug-in hybrid, they only sold 500. They started producing them at the end of 2023. The TX plug-in hybrid. So this is a very special plug-in hybrid. I still haven't tested it out yet, unfortunately, but this is the same plug-in hybrid, around 400 horsepower, let's say 35 to 40 miles of electric range. Same plug-in hybrid that we see in the $170,000 plus Century SUV that unfortunately we don't get. I wish it was ported over as a Lexus, but it is what it is. But TX plug-in hybrid, this will only go up, in my opinion, with the V6 plug-in hybrid, the volume. All right, let's look at the LS hybrid and the LC. Actually, let's not. I don't even want to talk about them. They're a travesty. They're not even, look, the LC sold one. They don't even care to have these on the market. No one really wants them. Sales volume is irrelevant. All right. They probably have to offer them for compliance reasons, or I don't know. I know in certain markets in Europe, for example, the LS hybrid and the LC hybrid are the only available variants, which is a travesty because the V8 is so much better than the hybrid V6. It's like honestly insulting for the LC to have a hybrid or the LS to have a hybrid. And with the current situation, it's not the LS's hybrid should be a twin turbo V6 hybrid with a 10-speed auto, not a, this weird ECVT thing with some fixed gears in there. It's in with very little power. It's got like 354 horsepower, should have 450 plus horsepower. There's my rant on the LS and LC hybrids. So overall, if we look at Lexus Electrified sales for the month of December is up 27%. On a DSR basis, up 18% from a volume basis. And overall on the year, Lexus up 34% on their electrified models. That's going to keep going up. Like they're at about 36% of total electrified penetration across the Lexus lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the models go full hybrid outside of the UX at some point. I think the TX should be fully hybrid. I think maybe the NX should be fully hybrid as well, but it's good that Lexus still has the option of the 2.4 turbo. And Lexus, like Toyota, will have new engines coming into their lineup soon with 1.5 turbos, 1.5 turbo hybrid, 1.5 turbo plug-in hybrid, or should I say E-revs. And then you're also going to have the new 2-liter turbo replacing the 2.4 turbo in many models in the coming years, which is going to make their hybrids even better. It'll make their non-hybrids a lot better because I'm not a big fan of the 2.4 turbo in the Toyota and Lexus lineup. I can't wait for it to be replaced by something smoother and better overall. All right, I'm going to end it there. Lexus, I guarantee I would put money on it if I could, unless there's some catastrophic event or something, but I'd guarantee 99% chance Lexus has an even better year in 2025 than their record-setting year in 2024. And there's a almost as good a chance is that they will outsell any other luxury brand in 2025. They're already the most profitable luxury brand, or should I say mainstream luxury brand in the US market. 5 days supply is obnoxious. Everything they're getting in is essentially pre-sold. They're conquesting other luxury brands at a high rate. And Lexus doesn't have to incentivize their vehicles, at least not yet. The demand is just so high for them and will continue to be high into 2025. And then after that, if they're not coming up with a lot of new product and new powertrains and like good EVs, I know the market isn't about EV right here, right now. But if they can't come out with, like in 2027, if their EV isn't that special, then I think it's something to worry about, maybe globally, not necessarily here in the United States. But yeah, Lexus on a tear in 2024. It will continue into 2025. I'll see you guys in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'll have some Lexus stuff coming this year. Unfortunately, I had to turn down the LX 700H media drive this month. I just have too many other things. I'm going to be gone the whole month for other events. Catch you in the next one. Have a great day. Happy Lexus year for Lexus. That's incredible. A December to remember for sure. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.